Hi everybody, in this video we are going to study about atmospheric pressure and pressure zones. So pressure exerted by a vertical column of atmosphere at a place due to the weight of its constituents is atmospheric pressure. Here you can see the diagram in which this is a high pressure zone and this is a less pressure zone because it depends on the height also. You can see it has got more height, so this is the reason of high pressure. Atmospheric pressure decreases with height. Higher the density, higher is the pressure. Gaseous water vapor is lighter than dry air. What is the reason behind it? Dry air has more atmospheric pressure than wet air. Okay, so atmospheric pressure depends on height, density, and constituent of air. The formula of pressure is H rho G. So here, this is the density, this is the height, right? When the height is more, the pressure will be exerted more. Now we will be talking about the global distribution of atmospheric pressure. You can see here equatorial low pressure, subtropical high pressure, subpolar low pressure and high pressure. This is the polar high pressure zone. So I'll just tell you how to understand this concept. Since it's very easy, we'll be starting with equatorial low pressure. This is the zone where direct sunlight light is received, and that is why it creates a low pressure condition. Always remember, when the temperature is high, the pressure will be low. So this surface heats up very fast, and due to that the warm air expands. On expanding, it rises up. Since it rises up, it creates a low pressure zone. For cold air, it will be high pressure zone, right? So this is equatorial low pressure. The low pressure is just because of the warm air that is present here. Warm air rises like this rises, and after that it gets cold and sinks. Now if I talk about the equatorial low pressure belt, just to brief it, equatorial low pressure belt. See what happens here is, you can see I have told you how this air rises up. Since there is high insolation, insolation means the amount of heat that is received by the sun. High insolation, heating of ground takes place. Now the air in contact with the ground gets warm, it expands and then rises up, leading to a formation of low pressure zone near the ground. And one important thing, during the summer solstice, it is shifted northward and vice versa. Okay, so location of this belt changes seasonally with apparent movement of the sun. Next is subtropical high pressure. The high pressure here is created because of the subsidence of air under the influence of subtropical westerly jet stream, and they are formed by the rotation of earth. Secondary factor is also the cold current here. Since here there is cold current, so the pressure will be high pressure. I have told you, cold air sinks, and this creates high pressure conditions. Just to brief it, we will be writing about subtropical high pressure belt. It is also dynamic in origin. It develops due to the subsidence of air under the influence of subtropical westerly jet stream. Okay, I'm writing this in shortcut, which are formed by the rotation of earth. Next is subpolar low pressure. So how is this formed? It is developed at around 60 to 65 degree latitude in both hemispheres. These areas are characterized by Frontogenesis. Now, what is frontogenesis? These are the areas where the convergence of cold polar and warm tropical air masses takes place, and formation of low pressure system is called temperate cyclone. Low pressure belt. So as I told you, 60 to 65 degree latitude, right, in both the hemispheres. These areas are characterized by frontogenesis. Frontogenesis means the convergence of cold polar and warm tropical air masses. Because of this convergence, there is the formation of low pressure system, which is temperate cyclone. We'll be discussing cyclones in the next video, right? Now, next is polar high pressure belt. Now, we'll talk about this polar high pressure belt. These rays are slanting, right? Near the pole, air is extremely cold due to low insulation and high albedo. So, I'll just write it. Polar high pressure belt. You can see the slanting rays near the pole. Air is extremely cold, right? And due to low insolation and high albedo. What is albedo? Albedo means the reflected amount of sun radiation, and insolation means the amount of sunlight received. Albedo is the reflected amount. So when we talk about the glaciers or the ice, they have the highest albedo because they reflect the sun rays, right? Now here, the cold air contracts and subsides. This creates a high pressure zone in the lower layers of atmosphere, in the polar areas. So this is what is pressure belts. We'll be discussing about cyclone in the next video. Thank you.